All right. But yeah, NBA Finals is cool. We have to talk about the title of the video because that's why people are here. I was that on First Take. They're having a conversation about the validity or the weight of NBA championships and whether or not they would take Kevin Durant's 2 rings. Of course, Kevin Durant joining the Golden State Warriors, won the Finals MVP 2 times, but ultimately joining the best regular season team in NBA history, or Giannis's 1 ring where he was dominant. Not saying that Kevin Durant wasn't, but he was dominant where he was a star, the lone star, if you want to say that. What are y'all opinions?
I'm going to go last because I have an opinion, but I want to see. I'm going to go against whatever everybody else is saying. Just, because I can make a case for both.
Oh, yeah, you definitely can. Mm-hmm. I like Giannis's ring. I think it's more so like, it's like one of those, like, got it out the mud type rings. Like, it was, like, we kind of knew the Warriors were going to win those championships when Kevin Durant was on the Warriors. It was kind of predictable. This year, Kevin Durant was the most predictable ring once again, but he didn't do it. And Giannis beat Kevin Durant to get there. So I think Giannis's ring is pretty impressive. I feel like emotionally, I feel like every ring has some emotional value, but I think that Giannis ring, it's like, yes, like we got it. Because there's only a small window to win championships when you're not LeBron and Kevin Durant. Like there's such a small window, and you got to capitalize on those moments when you get them. And Giannis did that.
I think it's a small window for anybody that's not LeBron. Because ain't like Kevin Durant walking around this bitch in the finals 10 straight years.
Oh, yeah, no, but we know Kevin Durant's going to be in the finals again, probably at some point in his career.
I think Giannis might be in that bitch again. But
yeah,
the 10-year run that LeBron had, that shit, I don't think Kevin Durant
and that's why I say that them losses, like people, he had a negative record in that run. People don't even touch the finals floor.
Ever. Yeah.
Literally ever.
That's a very good argument, Derek. I like
Steve
that
Nash.
I'm going to go with the simple 2 is greater than 1. Everything you said is true as far as an emotional ring. Like Kevin Durant winning those rings didn't feel like I can't explain it, but I 100% agree with the emotional attachment to that ring for Giannis. Maybe it's because he was drafted there and he was there when they won 15 games, and now he's there as a 2-time MVP and now Finals MVP. I completely agree with that, but I still would take 2 championships over 1. I think.
If that was the question, I'm taking Giannis' shit for sure because it's what it stands for. I didn't leave. I didn't run.
Small market.
It's a small market.
The team that bust show as last year in the playoffs, you swept them. You swept them.
Yeah.
He didn't even have a good series that series.
Like this is my shit.
No, yeah, this was like his Lorraine.
And who he playing with? Like, don't get me wrong, Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, good and cool, but they not great. Like Steph Curry is a great player.
It was still Steph's team, and that's a big difference between these rings.
Exactly. Yeah. Like even when LeBron going to Miami, like Dwayne Wade was a great player,
and that was a big one. They already had one, right? That's Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Dre. They already had that one, and it just felt like it. And this what always makes me like that, like go back to that situation where he decided to go to the Warriors, because at the end of the day, it's over with, and that was his decision. But it was that fact that team beat you when you had the lead on them and everything like that.
Lead too.
And the thing about Giannis's ring is that he damn near snapped his leg, and a week and a half or maybe something like that later, he's now 2 games. Yeah, and he's now back dominating. Like it didn't just happen.
And he didn't have any. I don't even remember no games where you're like, what the hell is Giannis doing out there?
The first game in the finals. 11. Yeah,
he didn't take that many shots.
18 points for 60-11 for the field.
But after that, it was over. If you take that one game off his finals resume, his fucking statistics are ridiculous.
And then that's the last point. The fact that he had 50 and 14 in a closeout game. The fact that he did it his way. The media, including us at times, we sit and they pick on Giannis about what he can't do. That's like a theme where people just talk about what a player can't do. And he still won it. He didn't do any of these. He won it with all of these things he can't do. He still won it with 50 of them things. Like 50. Take that as I can't do this, motherfucker.
And then you saw Chris Middleton be Chris Middleton, and then he also hit those big shots late in that game where Giannis normally doesn't take those shots. So you still saw Chris Middleton do his normal thing, take the big shots under pressure, and execute. Drew Holiday didn't have a great game until somewhat in that fourth quarter. He had a few big threes, but that was it.
KD's rings are funny. Not funny, but they're still great, obviously. Nobody's here arguing that they aren't. But And the 2 that they won, for him to hit that same spot 3 over LeBron 2 times.
Yeah.
And for the one that they didn't win, when he came out, he's fucking dancing in the tunnel. And then he was dominating that first quarter before he tore his Achilles. Like they would have fucked around and won that series if Kevin Durant was still there.
Oh no! Even if Klay Thompson was there, I'm pretty sure they would have won that series.
They were literally boxing and won Steph Curry. That high school ass defense they had to run.
Because before Klay Thompson got hurt, he had like 35 points going into the fourth.
Yeah,
and
I think it was freaking. Who was it, bro? I think it was Danny Green.
Yeah, that
bumped Klay Thompson on that dunk and messed up his leg.
Because Danny Green always loved a little chase down action, and that was
speaking. Hey, that's one thing I love about Giannis too, bro. He got them chase downs on lock, bro. Mm-hmm. Them blocks too at the end of the game, those shit like that was an emphatic like y'all not taking this shit back.
He's definitely probably like the best help defender in the league.
That's why he won Defense Player of the Year, man.
What I do like about KD though is even though he went to the Warriors and I wasn't a fan of it, is the Golden State Warriors at the time was like the greatest team and he made them even better.
Yeah.
Like and it's Steph Curry's team, but he was the best player.
And you know what? He didn't really take anything away from nobody either. Like everybody, Steph Curry was still getting damn near 30.
I like that interview from Klay Thompson right after he signed. He was like, "Is that gonna take away from you?" And Klay Thompson like, "Take away from me? No, I'm gonna be good." And he averaged like the same amount of points.
But the best thing about that Warriors team, and this is what like I don't get, because you literally have four greats on that team at one point. You think, oh, they ISO all that with Steph, Klay, and KD. All they did was move off the ball, and they had nothing but action.
Ton of mid-range shots where people don't really look at. They look at the talent and be like, "Oh, it's a."
They had at least one of those like easy duck in, somebody's cutting underneath the rim layups, like at least 5 to 10 a game.
Yeah, they very smart offense.
I loved how they posted KD up in the mid-range, and then they'll have shit going on weak side, and like he just got to read what's going on. That's just free cheese, bro.
Yeah, that's how you can't really blame them because they put together their team, right? They signed their superstar after they constructed their team.
I don't blame him.
I would have signed his ass too. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
but all 30 teams want to sign.
Yeah,
his
Bob
ass.
Myers did an amazing job convincing him to get there.
But
I know there are a lot of people that because KD was there, they did what we did when we were younger with the Heatles, where they didn't really appreciate the basketball, like, you know what I'm saying, associated with the Warriors then. I hope that y'all go back because it's a different time now. Every single game those teams play together, you can find on the internet one way or another. You can't really say the same about, like, the early 2010s. Like, you can probably find a lot of footage, but not all the footage. Go back and rewatch that now, and I know you still don't like Kevin Durant, but enjoy, like, that offense because it was ridiculous. It was amazing. That's all.
The defense was, too.
Defense was really good.
Defense was too.
It was really like a team full of selfless stars that was just willing to let everybody eat. Because even when Klay's going off, they were still giving his ass the ball. KD and Steph were still feeding him.
Yeah,
that's how you're supposed to play the game of basketball.
High hand is a real thing, man. High hand is a real thing.